What's up, motivation team? How y'all doing today? Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let me make sure it's Tuesday because I be tripping on my days, man. Yeah, it's Tuesday. But hey, let's go ahead and get into today's verse of the day. Today I got Psalms 31, verse 24. I'm reading this out of the NLT version. So be strong and courageous, all you who put your hope in the Lord. David closed up this psalm as a true leader and friend, encouraging others to find what he had found in God. God's people have reason for good courage because God does strengthen the trusting, hoping heart. What I can only say, because you know what I'm saying, I ain't that far deep into the motivation part yet, but what I can say is, if you're thinking about taking the worst way and taking the trusting God way, please just trust in God. Because when you go down that route, that it may go bad way. I bet if you go that way, I bet you're gonna turn around and be like, I should have trusted God. And when you go that way, you're gonna be like, dang, now I gotta trust God for real. Cause I done messed myself up 100 times worse than what I was. So you might as well go ahead and save that little money, save that little hardship, go ahead and trust God. Just start off trusting God. But let's go ahead and get into the word today, y'all. Don't forget to let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. But let's go ahead and get into chapter 11 today. Now the people complained about their hardships in hearing of the Lord. And when he heard them, his anger was aroused. Then fire from the Lord burned among them and consumed some of the outskirts of the camp. When the people cried out to Moses, he prayed to the Lord, and the fire died down. So that place was called Taberah, because fire from the Lord had burned among them. Now they're complaining. God did so much for Israel, and they went against him. They were still in the wilderness, and their circumstances were not easy, but nothing good came of it. Complaining hearts often displease God, especially when they show little gratitude for what he did in the past and little faith for what God could do in the moment. The rabble with them began to crave other food. And again, the Israelites started wailing and said, if only we had meat to eat. We remember the fish we ate in Egypt at no cost. Also the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic. But now we have lost our appetite. We never see anything but this manna. Israel could have provided meat for themselves. God didn't tell them not to hunt in the wilderness, and they had their flocks and herds. They could have been food, but they wanted to desire meat and cry about it. The manna was like coriander seed and looked like resin. The people went around gathering it and then ground it in a hand mill or crushed it in a mortar. They cooked it in a pot or made it into loaves, and it tasted like something made with olive oil. When the dew settled on the camp at night, the manna also came down. Moses heard the people of every family wailing at the entrance to their tents. The Lord became exceedingly angry, and Moses was troubled. He asked the Lord, why have you brought this trouble on your servant? What have I done to displease you that you put the burden of all these people on me? Did I conceive all these people? Did I give them birth? Why do you tell me to carry them in my arms as a nurse carries an infant to the land you promised an oath to their ancestors? Where can I get the meat for all these people? They keep wailing to me, give us meat to eat. I cannot carry all these people by myself. The burden is too heavy for me. If this is how you are going to treat me, please go ahead and kill me. If I found favor in your eyes, and do not let me face my own ruin. Moses going off, y'all. It's like when you just can't take it no more, you gotta let it all out. The frustration drove Moses to God, and he complained that he could never meet the needs of so many people. God allows any affliction because it compels us to trust him more, to partner with him in overcoming obstacles. God sometimes appoints afflictions for his people. Moses could not bear all these people alone, but God was going to do it in Moses and through Moses. And I like that right there. I got that from my source. When it said God will appoint afflictions to his people, God gonna put stuff in front of us that we think we can't bear. Whole time, we the leader of this. Whole time, we taking over. This is what we do type stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said to Moses, bring me 70 of Israel's elders who are known to you as leaders and officials among the people. Have them come to the tent of meeting, that they stand there with you. I will come down and speak with you there, and I will take some of the power of the Spirit that is on you and put it on them. They will share the burden of the people with you so that you will not have to carry it all alone. The elders was there to help Moses carry the spiritual load and to be a support for him in the ministry. God's help was going to come through the support of godly men. And I like that right there too. How it said they would share the burden of the people. They will share the burden of the people with you so that you will not have to carry it all alone. I like that right there. I like that right there. That's like God sending somebody your way to help you out. Carry all this weight on your shoulders. Like, carry everything that you got to do from point A to point B. Whatever it is your situation is, God will send somebody your way to help you out. God see you struggling. God know that you need help. But once you get past that part where you got to do on your own, as soon as you enter into a new room, you're going to have help right there. Tell the people, consecrate yourselves in preparation for tomorrow, when you will eat meat. The Lord heard you when you wailed. If only we had meat to eat. We were better off in Egypt. Now the Lord will give you meat, and you will eat it. You will not eat it for just 1 day, or 2 days, or 5, 10, or 20 days, but for a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils, and you loathe it, because you have rejected the Lord who is among you, and have wailed before him, saying, why did we ever leave Egypt? But Moses said, here I am among 600,000 men on foot, and you say, I will give them meat to eat for a whole month? Would they have enough if flocks and herds were slaughtered for them? Would they have enough if all the fish in the sea were caught for them? God promised to answer the desire of Israel's hearts, but not in a way that would be a blessing to Israel. Sometimes God disciplines his people by giving them what they ask for. Now, I know some of y'all know about that right there. God giving you what you asked for, and it turns out it ain't for you. You know, it really wasn't for me. The Lord answered Moses, is the Lord's arm too short? Now you will see whether or not what I say will come true for you. So Moses went out and told the people what the Lord had said. He brought together 70 of their elders and had them stand around the tent. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and spoke with them. And he took some of the power of the Spirit that was on him and put it on the 70 elders. When the Spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but did not do so again. For the expanded relationship to do the job, they needed to have the same Spirit that was on Moses. They needed his vision, his heart, and his attitude. The prophetic gift was given to these elders in a unique one-time experience. However, two men whose names were Adad and Medad, I'm sorry if I said the names wrong, had remained in the camp. They were listed among the elders but did not go out to the tent. Yet the Spirit also rested on them and they prophesied in the camp. A young man ran and told Moses, Adad and Medad are prophesying in the camp. Joshua, son of Nun, who had been Moses' aide since youth, spoke up and said, Moses, my Lord, stop them. But Moses replied, are you jealous for my sake? I wish that all the Lord people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his Spirit on them. Then Moses and the elders of Israel returned to the camp. Now a wind went out from the Lord and drove quail in front of the sea. It scattered them up to 2 bits, deep all around the camp, as far as a day's walk in any direction. All that day and night, and all the next day, the people went out and gathered quail. Then they spread them out all around the camp. But while the meat was still in between their teeth, and before it could be consumed, the anger of the Lord burned against the people, and he struck them with a severe plague. Therefore the place was named Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people who had craved other food. From Kibroth Hattaavah, the people traveled to Hazeroth and stayed there. When we allow ungodly cravings to rule over our lives, God may send what we crave. It's better to have a well-fed soul and be deprived of ungodly cravings. This was a strict judgment, but it was to help Israel. It taught them not to be ruled by their desires. And that most definitely tells me something. Like, whatever that I think I want right now, whatever it is that I may want so bad right now, hey, I'm good, God. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to send it to me, because I don't even want that. I don't even want that. I don't want that to happen. What we just read, I don't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to consume me. I don't want no plague sent against me. I hope y'all don't want no plague sent against y'all either. But that's it for today. Y'all, don't forget to let me know what y'all think about the verse. Y'all, what else? Subscribe, like, comment. And yeah, we're going to keep on going. I will not be here tomorrow. Got something to do. Got something important to do. And yeah, so y'all stay easy. I'll see y'all Thursday. I'm out.